Cheers. Cheers, mate. Like watching a baby bird fly from the nest. Flying high.
Off she goes.
Off she goes. Soaring.
Let it be known here today that Lisa has received the endowment of marijuana drugs. A marijuana cigarette.
We desire all
cigarette.
to receive it.
Yeah, we do.
All arise and puff.
Place your right hand to the square.
And lift it to your lips.
And puff, puff, pass.
Oh my God. The patriarchal puff.
There you go. So I wanted to keep the mics hot. So we just recorded a couple of episodes of the show and then decided to introduce Lisa to the wonders
world.
of marijuana. A very low THC strain.
Yeah, I just feel relaxed.
Yeah.
That's all. I can't tell if it's the wine or the marijuana though.
I've had a little bit of wine before this.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it definitely like more of like a buzziness in the head.
Right. Is that comfortable?
A little bit.
I like buzzy.
Yeah. So how did you feel about, I mean, I'm sure that you've always made a distinction between marijuana and drugs like heroin and cocaine.
Right.
But did you? I mean, were they all just as bad as the other?
No, they weren't all as bad as the other, but they're all
bad.
They were all bad and they were all nothing I was going to do.
Yeah.
You know? But then, like, I just remember Grandma made some comment, like, last year about how she doesn't understand how people can do marijuana.
Yeah. Just get your hands off the microphone.
Devil's drug. So.
Devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
So what changed your mind? Why would you want to try it?
'Cause nothing really matters. Anyone can see. I mean, really though, I was like, what difference does it make?
Yeah. If it's not even possible to kill you.
No. And there's so
many benefits that we can measure.
Hell or heaven. And marijuana's not going to keep me out of one and into the other. I'm just...
Try it out.
Why not? I'm just like way more open to any kind of experience at this point.
That's cool. Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Not all
I'm still using my brain.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need to be addicted to anything.
That's true.
I don't want that.
And I don't think chemically marijuana is addictive. I think maybe experientially.
Yeah.
It's certainly habit forming.
Right.
Or can be. But case in point with me.
Yeah, you went a long time with it.
It's quite rare, actually.
Yeah.
It has been. I go through periods where I just kind of get into it for a little bit and then...
Right.
Then it's a while.
Yeah, I mean, also...
I mean, that's the first joint that I've had a long time.
Yeah. It really just came down to what the people around me said was okay. No one I knew smoked marijuana. Now, a lot of people I know smoke marijuana, and they have nothing but good things to say about it.
Right.
So why not?
Yeah, I wouldn't let you do anything that I thought was going to be harmful.
Exactly. I have no desire to do anything that's going to be like life-threatening.
Yeah. And in that case, marijuana would be better than the wine even.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. But it's funny how while doing that, it felt more forbidden.
It was another level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we had reached a new level of corruption.
Oh, how the
turntables. Oh, yeah. I mean, I honestly feel like if we told Mom, hey, I've drinking wine and I've smoked marijuana, she'd be more upset about marijuana.
Yeah.
Because Jesus drank wine.
That's pretty cool.
He couldn't eat pig, but he could drink wine, and now Jews are the opposite.
I think things are still kosher.
Yeah, that's true. But in the Book of Mormon.
Oh,
now it's the other way. I'm sorry.
What are you talking about?
In the Word of Wisdom.
How high are you?
How high are you? Jesus couldn't eat bacon, but he could drink wine. And now in the word of wisdom, you can't drink wine, but you can eat bacon. Sparingly. But no one listens to that because all those 12 brethren are eating up their beef in the temple. So.
That's true. They're gorging on beef.
Seriously, gravy and biscuits and salmon.
Is that what's in the temple?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff on that menu.
There's a bunch of stuff. Oh, fries are ready.
Oh, the fries.
Dang, fries are done. I know you don't have a baseline for it yet.
Right. I don't have anything to compare this experience to.
I can see it in you.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you? Mm-hmm. The way that I ate those fries?
That's one part.
Do I look like that woman from that video about genealogy?
No, you don't. You look the opposite of that. Yeah, she was like, ooh, something's happening in that head.
Yeah, it's
very specific.
Yes, she's got one track.
I can't believe how wonderful it is.
As I can't believe how great it is.
That it was so important to people. Wow. To Joseph.
Can't imagine.
Wow.
Gotta pay my tithing.
Mm-hmm. How much do you miss that shit?
Oh, I really miss giving up 10% of my income. Even of my scholarship. $2,000.
What?
In one blow.
How do they justify that?
And then I had to take out a loan my last semester of college for $4,000.
Which you would have had.
Which I would have had I not paid tithing.
Why did you have to pay tithing on that? That's not a...
Because I'm that Mormon.
So you didn't have to.
Well, they tell you have to pay it on all of your income.
But that's not income.
All of your increase.
That's not the
word that they use.
Because it's not going to you. It's going to school, which they own.
I looked at it as a blessing from God and an increase in as much as it was money that I didn't have and that I had.
Right.
So I paid my tithing just in case.
Unbelievable.
Just in case. I pay tithing on everything. Super wine.
Super wine. Sound effects. Cool. Do you know anyone who you've known for a long time and you didn't know that they smoked weed and then you talked to them about it?
Well, when was the first time that you smoked weed?
17.
See, I didn't know.
Of course not.
I mean, I had no idea at all.
Mm-hmm.
Until like 2 years ago.
Yep.
So probably you. Probably the person I've known the longest that's been smoking marijuana. I mean, the answer to that question is pretty much everyone I went to high school with.
Oh, right.
Because I was so naive.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I guess in middle school is when my friends started to get into drugs and stuff.
Mm.
And
that's way too young.
It was so dramatic. Like I remember talking to my 7th grade teacher about it because I was passing notes back and forth between one of them in his class. And then after class, he was like, okay, so what's going on? And I was like crying because I was like, my friends are like going to get in trouble because they're smoking marijuana and I'm in the middle of it and I don't know what to do. It was so dumb. And I was like, oh my God, like they're going to kill themselves. And it's like they were smoking marijuana. Like, what was I so fucking worried about? Doesn't make any sense.
Well, you're a kid.
Yeah, I was. And I didn't know. That was my first experience with it. And I was like, why is everyone growing up? I was like so upset.
Why is everyone growing up?
Yeah, pretty much.
How could you?
But yeah, a lot of my friends in theater smoked marijuana. I didn't do it with them, so I didn't know.
Did you ever see anyone doing it?
Not that I know of. And then remember I went on my mission and now that I know what it smells like, pretty much everyone was smoking marijuana and we had no idea. We were like, let's teach you about the gospel.
Yeah. When was the first time you'd ever seen anyone do that in person?
Probably on my mission.
You saw them doing it?
Yeah. Because it smelled like skunk.
Mm.
So retroactively, I know that that's what that was.
Yeah. Well, what about like being around somebody as they were doing it?
And knowing it? Oh, probably since you and I started talking about all of this and I've been with your friends.
Mm.
At your house party and whatnot. But I mean, I'm 25 and that was the first time I've ever even touched a marijuana joint. So
marijuana joint. Marijuana drugs.
Marijuana drugs.
How about you? Yeah, I feel good.
I feel real good.
Yeah, man.
It's funny that it's so demonized, though.
Yeah, because in their head, it's the reefer madness scenario. Like it's gonna make you crazy.
It's gonna make it crazy.
It's gonna make you want to do nothing, and you're gonna be evil,
and you're gonna be eating,
and you're gonna want to play violent video games,
and that's gonna make you want to shoot people.
Full of garbage.
Oh no! I know. It's just
it's a gateway drug.
It's a gateway drug.
I got to tell you, as many times, and it hasn't been that many, but as many times as I have smoked marijuana, it has never led to an increase in the desire to do basically anything else.
Besides smoke more marijuana?
I mean, there's definitely no thoughts of, shooting up heroin.
No.
Slamming cocaine up my nose or tripping balls on acid or whatever. I don't want any of that.
I kind of do want to try mushrooms though. Like I'm there. I think
mushrooms is intriguing.
Psilocybin. Sign me up for some of that.
Yeah.
I'd like to know.
Very controlled setting.
Yeah, of course. Like if I was with you, I'd be like, okay, this is a safe environment. I just want to follow the footsteps of Ram Dass,
Yeah.
Listening to Timothy Leary and Ram Dass, I'm just like, yeah, why not? Sounds great.
Sounds fine. I mean, if it's really going to open things up.
Yeah, I mean, I want to know what it's like to be in any other form of consciousness than I currently experience. So 25 years of seeing the world the same way through these senses. And if there's a way to alter that to a degree that's not like, oh, I'm going to peel all of my skin off like an orange,
Yeah.
I don't want to get to that point.
I wonder where that story came from.
I don't want to
that's
hurt
a
myself
go-to for people who are thinking about like people tripping on acid or something.
Well, you told me that, so that's why I said
it. Because I don't know if that's ever actually happened.
Yeah, I don't know, but like something like that.
He thought he could fly and he jumped out a window and splattered on the ground.
But like, or like she cheese grated or something. Like I don't want to be so out of my mind that I'm like doing something detrimental. But I'd like to be in a place where life isn't as I know it.
Yeah. Reach out a little bit.
Right. That might be terrifying.
It might be. It could be. I would definitely been extremely paranoid on marijuana.
Yeah. I can see myself getting pretty paranoid. I mean, I'm like that in my daily life. So
that's also why I've never wanted to do much else.
Right.
It's because I know
you're afraid of what will happen. Yeah.
And I can just see me on like ecstasy or whatever, just absolutely losing it.
Right. Yeah. It'd be pretty frightening.
Just
I don't
the framework of my mind falling in on itself over and over.
Losing that ego. I'm so attached to my ego.
Yeah.
So
it's a beautiful sentiment, but it is how we
when you feel yourself starting to dissolve, that's got to be like you're experiencing death in your waking consciousness.
No. Hold on.
Wait.
I am me.
I think, therefore I am Rene Descartes.
I'm real. Remember the end of Vanilla Sky?
Barely.
Where the doctor's like pleading because the Englishman, he says, this isn't real. You made him up.
Uh-huh.
He goes, ask him his last name. And then he's like, I'm real.
I'm real.
I have 2 daughters. You know that.
I want to watch that again.
Oh, that's what it was. I have 2 daughters and we go to dinner at such and such a place on Sundays. You know that. Uh-huh. And then the guy goes, what's their names? I'm real. Yeah, people who haven't seen that movie have no idea what I'm talking about. And I keep reaching for my glasses.
I've seen it and I barely know what you're talking about.
It's when he jumps off the building to wake up.
Oh, okay. Not at the end.
He's being convinced that these are figments of his imagination. They're not real.
I want to watch that again.
Me too. I watch it anytime. So I keep reaching for my glasses that don't have anything in them anymore.
Yeah, I'm like, where's the wine? Oh no. Always
Well,
white.
all I have is white, and you don't want to drink it.
No, I don't want that.
No more
Chardonnay.
white.
I'm done. I'm done being white and delightsome.
Over it.
Over it.
How do you feel?
Wine. Wine. I feel mellow.
Cool. Mellow yellow, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's as far as it's going.
That's good.
You know?
That's good.
It's a good place.
Mm-hmm.
That's just fine.
It's just fine, man.
Just dulls things.
It's groovy.
I'm learning to be a less anxious person after having left Mormonism.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty important.
Yeah. But you know, marijuana and alcohol sure help.
They sure can.
They sure
Yeah.
can do the trick. But yeah, much less anxious.
Yeah, I'm not scared of anything right now.
I wouldn't say I'm not scared of anything.
I'm not scared of anything right now.
Not anything?
Mm-mm.
Really?
No.
Not death? A dog biting you?
At this very
drowning?
moment?
Being
No.
stabbed?
In this very moment, there's nothing to be afraid of.
I am not sure that I could ever get there. I'm not convinced
I'm usually
that there's
not one to say that. But
any
just in this
drug
very moment.
that I could take. Wow, that is a really interesting place.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm inside. I've eaten.
Right.
I
Like,
know where I'm going to sleep.
All my needs are met.
Yeah.
Maslow's hierarchy.
I'm with my family.
Right.
I'm
Oh, that's so
not
interesting.
beholden to anyone right now.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm not being watched by anyone except for you.
Right. And the Chinese government, but
Well,
wow.
but no,
what else can you do to get there? There's no amount of prayer that can be done to get to that place.
No. You can find it through self-reflection and meditation and
true.
and inward.
Right. That's pretty much the only thing that does it for me.
That's kind of what this can be.
Yeah.
If it's going to take you inward a little more.
Right.
And make you pay attention to what's actually happening right now.
Yeah, your immediate experience. Because you're right. When I am focusing on the right here, right now, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid. Nothing's wrong. I'm breathing. I have access to everything that I could need to stay alive.
Yeah.
And there's not like any giant predator after me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I still have that constant fear of like dying somehow.
Yeah.
You know? I really honestly am not as afraid when I'm overseas as when I am in America.
Interesting.
Because I walk out the door and even if like a car slows down next to me, I'm like, are they going to shoot me?
Fuck.
That's literally what goes through my head.
I know what you mean.
And I hate assuming that about people. I don't want to look at people and think, are they going to harm me?
Like, what if I pass this person
Yeah.
and then they catch up to me
Yep.
and they just point a gun
I'm
right through the window?
constantly thinking about that. I hate
Yeah,
that.
I've had that thought.
And I'm just like, if I didn't know that so many people had guns, would I even worry?
Right? Oh, shit. We're going to get political up in this?
Are we?
Shit.
I mean, because like Japan and China don't have to worry about
Right.
it.
Yeah, I did feel,
They've got knives,
even though
but no guns.
there were so many people around,
Yes.
all strangers
Yep.
who were strange in so many ways
Yeah.
to me,
Yeah.
I wasn't afraid of them at all.
Right. No, not at all. Because they're so peaceful. They mind their own business. There's just like this air of tranquility and respect.
I never had a second thought about anyone
Interacting
or
with
any
anyone.
place or any situation that we were in.
Nope. And when I'm in America, I lay down in my bed and I think there are hundreds of ways that I could die.
Yeah.
And I freak out. And I just think someone could break my window
Yeah.
and rape me and stab me.
Well, that's, I think a lot of that was planted into your head with the Mormon vision of the apocalypse.
Yep.
These are the last days.
Anything can happen. It's chaotic. Well, also that's coming from my loss of my framework and my loss of believing that I was protected, that people were inherently good, that I would be fine.
Yeah.
And now I have to deal with my own mortality because I don't believe that anything's going to happen after this.
Yeah.
And there's so many ways that it could end, and I'm not ready because I don't know what's happening. I feel like I have to figure it out. And I also know that there's no way to do that. So I'm just like, okay, I don't know if I just want to end it and to have it be over, because what's the point of all of this suffering? And I think that for everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, why were we born?
Until we're able to realize that labeling it as suffering is our own doing.
That's true.
It is not inherently suffering.
Right. But at the same time, there's so many fucking horrific things that have happened to human beings.
Yeah. And
Torture?
It's always happening to someone else.
And it's always happening. And I just like nothing.
But it's to us, it's always happening to someone else. Like someone else has the misfortune of being caught, being in the wrong place. They happen to be in the movie theater that day when it got shot up, or at the mall that day when somebody exploded it. But even if you wonder what it would be like if that happened, you still have a little bit of a thought of, but it wouldn't happen to me.
Of course. We have that bias in our head. I just always go back to the idea that if I had the choice, I would choose not to be born. Plain and simple.
Really?
If I had the choice for the whole world, I would choose for it not to have ever existed.
Whoa.
We've talked about this before, and I hesitate to share that opinion with people because it's just so like
it's pretty
base morbid. Like that's as low as you can go.
It's pretty far out from where it used to be.
Exactly. It is about as opposite as you can get. But I feel that way because like if there's no meaning and the universe is just playing, and this is all just us experiencing consciousness through whatever form we happen to be taking, there's just so many elements that are so fucked up about this existence. And why put ourselves through it if there's no point?
Yeah.
It's just about reducing the suffering of other human beings. That's why I can't have children.
Yeah.
I can't create a consciousness and know that because of me, it's going to experience all of that shit. Why would I want to subject someone to this?
Yeah. Yeah. I've thought the same thing.
And I'm saying this now in the happiest place I've ever been in my life. How does that make any sense?
Because you know how much less it can be.
Yeah.
And has been for most of the time.
Right.
And at the very best, you're going to do your very best to make yourself okay with the fact that it doesn't matter.
Exactly. That's all I'm trying for. That's my only hope at this point, is just trying to get to the point where I'm okay to let it go. And I'm okay to know that I'm never going to figure it out.
It has to say something about just how powerful human consciousness is, that we can even imagine not being what we are.
Yeah, to imagine a state that we're not currently existing in.
That it's something to be like this than it is to be.
Interesting.
But we don't know what it's like to be dead.
Right.
We can only imagine.
Right.
And all we can imagine is either a like see-through copy of the reality that we currently experience.
Yeah, like on 6 Feet Under.
Yeah. Or it's a state of like blackness, but we can still experience.
I remember one time I messaged you while I was in China and I was like, oh my God, what if the next life is falling into a pit of just nothingness forever, for eternity? That, you know, like when you're falling asleep and you kind of like jerk because you had a falling sensation. What if that is what you experience for the rest of eternity? But you were like, well, senses recede with the death of your brain, so obviously that's impossible. Right. Also, you would habituate to it if you're constantly falling.
Yeah. All of the imaginations of the afterlife are all based on the existence that we know.
Right.
That it's got to be like this, like a little different.
Right? Different.
No, the streets of heaven are paved with gold, literally.
Yep.
And you'll see everyone you've ever known and loved. And they'll look just like you would imagine them to.
Just like it.
And your dogs and cats might be there too, because we like those enough.
Because they're the most domesticated animals we have. Your pupils are really big right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You can't, how could you see them from here?
Maybe I
can't see
imagining that, but right now it looks like your whole eyeball is just a pupil, and it's really freaking me out.
It's got to be the light. You want to turn that light?
Yeah.
You're freaking me out, man.
Freaking me out.
How do I look?
A little better. Your pupils are so big, though.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with yours. You have brown eyes. I have blue.
Yeah, yours have more of a contrast. Okay, they're not as big as they looked before.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay,
it's a shadow.
Okay.
Oh shit!
It's because your eyelashes are so long.
Pew pew pew.
Got like bats on your eyes. Yep.
Well, you said some cool shit.
I'm a paranoid person.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Most of us are.
Trying to be okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to grab onto something. I'm a little less frightened than I was before, but I got
That's really all we can
freaked out.
Try for.
It is probably the biggest effect of leaving the church is the aftermath of dealing with your own mortality.
Mm-hmm.
Because before you were told what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Step by step.
Wasn't a worry. And that's the whole.
And yet it still was because I didn't want to live for eternity.
Right. Yeah.
So it was just like this catch-22. I don't want to die, but I also don't want to exist forever. So what the fuck
Because
do you
people
want?
are usually not thinking about what forever really means. Just thinking about that moment when they meet their family again.
Right.
And they're
that initial reception.
Just the concept of having a life after this life is all they really need.
Yeah.
They don't need to think about what that possibly means.
Right. No, when you like think about what if life was a movie with no conflict? What the hell are we going to do for eternity without conflict? We just can't imagine an existence where things don't go wrong.
Or, I mean,
how boring would that be?
What could possibly be existing forever?
And that is the point where I was just like, what the hell is this all for?
Yeah.
There is no point to that. So what is the point of living forever?
And this is the thing that we often come back to, but I don't think we've actually spoken on it specifically lately. That the whole reason we have these theologies and thoughts on what life could be after we're dead is because we are aware
that we will
die.
Yeah.
And we can't fathom
what that's like.
Even though we were that
exactly
forever before we were.
Unless reincarnation is real, and then you were a mouse and a tree and a flower and
which doesn't
resonate
sit with me.
Yeah.
The only thing about that does is how everything is just a constant state of change.
Yeah.
And death isn't just the stopping point, but a change into something else.
Yeah.
So what makes us up may make something else up later, but we're not going to be aware of that.
Right. And the most fascinating thing about human consciousness is that we do have the ability to be conscious of our own awareness, which can lead to enlightenment, so says the Hindus.
Yeah.
It's like the golden reincarnation.
I do have like this ceiling of thought when it comes to thinking about death, and that when I hit it, then I start to be like, okay, let's back off.
Yeah, I can only go so far.
Too much.
Yeah, they used to explain that in the Mormon church, like when someone would ask about that in seminary or something, like something that's so far out our brains like can't comprehend it. They'd be like, well, our brains are finite, and we're trying to contemplate the infinity, so it's never going to work. So stop trying.
Yeah,
and just be obedient.
And to some degree, that's true, but they're talking about
mind
something
control.
That has something like another place that has other people,
right?
And
that eventually you will be able to contemplate
story,
eternity,
rather than the complete lack of awareness of nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the moments that just there goes the moment,
and I gone, and it's gone, and gone. And gone.
And now it's now.
And now.
And the moment is now.
Now. I used to do that all the time as a kid.
Really?
Now. Oh, now. But now's now. And when I said now's now, it was then, and now it's now.
Here we are now. Here we are now. And there's never been a now before right now. It's really crazy to think back to when you were a little baby.
Right.
And now that...
Fast forward 25 years and you're teaching that little baby to smoke pot.
Speaking these words at me at this face.
That is weird. That's true, because I don't have that memory of you.
Mm-hmm.
To see what you were like as a child, all we have is photo albums.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved looking through those because it makes me feel like I was somehow there.
What's the earliest age you remember? Or you think you remember?
Oh, I don't know, because I have a lot of fake memories because I looked at those photo albums.
Yeah.
Those photo albums so often. I think I remember laying in my crib.
I do.
My crib was blue.
Mm-hmm.
We probably had the same crib.
No, I don't think so. No, we wouldn't have had a crib between our sister and you. No, but there was a crib at Grandma's house that she had for a long time that we probably both were in.
Oh, interesting.
I remember being in that crib.
I feel like I remember being in like the room that's been my room my whole life.
Yeah. I remember dreams that I had when I was very young. Like
Interesting.
Under 2 or 3.
Wow. I have a dream of like from when I was like 6.
Yeah.
But not that young. It had to do with Disney.
Of course.
Those evil villains. It's weird the things our brains hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you teaching me how to write my name.
Whoa. See, I don't even remember that.
Yeah. We had what do you call those things? It wasn't an Etch-a-Sketch. But it was like...
Magnet Doodle?
The Magnet Doodle. You were teaching me how to write my name on the Magnet Doodle. Yeah, I must have been in kindergarten or something. I remember you teaching me how to use the computer. I had this video game that I really liked.
Yeah.
It was like for preschoolers.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like this little rat. And you would take him through the maze.
Yeah.
And when you got to the end, you'd be like, I get cheese.
That was like the only CD-ROM that we had for you.
I played it all the time.
Wow. I remember that disc. I think it's still in the house somewhere.
Probably. Yeah. You taught me how to turn the computer on and off and how to get to my game.
Huh.
Yeah. You taught me how to make frozen pizzas. When we used to eat shit.
Yeah. This is a Totino's. Is it Totino's or Tostinos?
It's Totino's.
Totino's pizza, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I always said Tostinos.
Yeah.
It's one of those words that we all mispronounce.
Totino's is like the cheapest pizza of all time.
Yeah. Everybody
it's like $1.50 for a pizza.
Right. Everybody in the Mormon church calls the Kirtland Temple the Kirkland Temple because Kirkland is a Costco brand, which every Mormon family shops at because they have 17 billion children to feed.
Yeah.
More than the population of the earth. Oh my God. What if we get to 17 billion people?
Oh, fuck.
Oh no. We're going to have to populate Antarctica, but we can't because all the ice is going to be melted in the North and South poles. Yeah. We're all going to have to like live in permanent flotation continents on the ocean.
Yeah, that's true. We got to either...
Or the ocean's going to get... Oh no, it's just going to get bigger. I was going to say the ocean's going to have to get so small that we're going to bring forth new land that's covered by the ocean currently. But they're just going to get higher. So we're going to lose land that we have and we're just going to get more people.
Yeah.
Until we're all living on Mount Everest.
Projections say that it's supposed to level out around like
that's true.
8 billion or something like that.
Because certain countries, they're not replenishing quickly enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like Japan is depopulating.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have at least 2 kids in order to replace a couple.
Right. And not all those kids even survive.
Right. Projections of population growth established in 2017 predict that the human population is likely to keep growing until 2100, reaching an estimated 8.6 billion in 2030, 9.8 in 2050, 11.2 by 2100, and while the 7 billion milestone was reached in 2011.
Oh my God. See,
Oof.
it's just interesting that the more aware we become as a society of our choices and what science is capable of, the more advancements we make in birth control, there's going to be less and less women that are going to choose to go through that process.
You would think. You would think.
I mean, it's already happening for me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure that there will always be women who have that biological drive, but
yeah. And what if we didn't have any ability to stop us from having kids or choose when that happens?
Exactly.
How many people would we be up to by now? We would be past it.
Yeah.
But that's only come in the last 100 years.
That's true.
If that.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Going forward, yeah.
I mean, at some point we're gonna wipe ourselves out, whether it's global warming or not repopulating the earth quickly enough.
Yeah.
It's something's gonna blow us up. Whether it's ourselves or something else, nuclear holocaust, there's so many things that could go wrong.
By 2070, the bulk of the world's population growth is predicted to take place in Africa. Of the additional 2.4 billion people projected between 2015 and 2050, 1.3 will be added in Africa, 0.9 billion in Asia, and only 0.2 billion in the rest of the world.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well, we're going back to where we started.
Yeah.
Just we're coming full circle, and then the Earth's going to explode. So.
And then it all meant nothing.
And then it was all a dream.
Wow. I think we got another episode out of this.
Yeah, I think so too. You can just call it marijuana. Experimentations of an ex-Mormon with
cannabis.
Cannabis.
I did have an idea for a name, and now I can't remember it.
No, great.
Oh, fuck. Shit.
If you could hide to Kolob. High to Kolob.
High. If you could get high enough.
If you could get high enough.
You'd be at Kolob. Kolob. Oh. We'll get there. Until then, I'm Dan.
I'm Lisa.
And we have been, and probably will continue to be siblings in Zion. Because we still are right now.
Right now. And now.
And now. Which is now.
Now.
And now.
And